Hi, I'm Maddie.
And I'm Sam.
Thank you again for all of your questions. Today we're going to do our best to answer some of our favourites.
Yeah, first up we've got a great one from Josh Man Fang, great name, who asks, do animals keep pets?
Well, I guess, the main reason we humans keep pets is for companionship, to cuddle and care for. You might not cuddle all pets, but
I've got a tortoise who doesn't like to be cuddled. Wants to be in my tummy. He quite likes that.
But we also keep animals like chickens, who although might provide great companionship, I don't know, you might have a cuddly chicken, but they also provide us food. So, they are enhancing our lives somewhat, and there's definitely examples of animals doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's these lovely fish called remora or suckerfish, and they use their suctoral disc to stick themselves on to larger fish like sharks or rays or humpheads, and then they get a free trip effectively, sort of being dragged around by these and saving energy. But at the same time, they're eating parasites on these larger fish or eating some of their leftover food. So it's quite good for the larger fish too.
Yeah, and in much the same way, oxpeckers, they like to eat the ticks and parasites off hippos. Although saying that, they do also like to eat like their earwax and dried blood, which isn't good because then it leaves the hippos with open wounds.
I feel a bit sick.
Sorry.
But most of all, they do get rid of those parasites, so
True.
it's quite a useful job.
If the pros outweigh the cons, yes.
And one of my favourite examples of this called mutualism is ants and aphids. So the aphids produce a little sugary, honeydew, delicious drink for the ants, and then the ants will protect the aphid.
Am I right in thinking the ant will go to unusual length?
Yeah, so the reason the aphids can produce this delicious, sugary, honeydew liquid is they eat the delicious, sugary sap from various plants. But once those plants run dry, then the ants will carry the aphids to pastures to new plants. And they'll even sort of protect them from other predators like ladybirds, to the extent that they'll even trash the ladybirds' eggs.
That's very impressive.
Well, hold that thought, because in fact, the ants seem to produce chemicals from their feet that sort of drug and actually tranquilise the aphids and keep them nice and close. And if the aphids develop wings, which some of them do, then the ants will go as far as ripping the wings off them to keep them close by.
Right, so that's
not that gooey and sweet.
Not very sweet at all. In fact, that's the opposite of keeping a companion or a pet, and is just slavery.
It is.
And drugging them with their feet. Mental.
The second question comes from Yash Mota, who asks, why don't we have teeth like apes who never brush?
Well, we actually have recently found evidence that some apes do brush their teeth.
Yeah, some orangutans have been seen to use sticks to brush their teeth, and incredibly, there's quite a lot of evidence for flossing in the monkey world. Some macaques from Thailand have even been seen to use human hair to floss their teeth.
Really?
And can teach the skill to their young.
That's impressive. How do they do that?
It's really impressive. Well, the mother seems to take twice as long to floss her teeth in front of the young.
So sort of like
and
really slowly.
Exaggerate it out, yeah.
This is how you do it.
This is how you do it. Yeah.
But not all animals have worked out ways to brush or floss their teeth. So why is it that their teeth don't decay in the same way ours do?
Yeah, and that is probably mainly down to diet, because we lucky humans tend to eat a lot of sugary foods and lots of carbohydrates, and so that's a perfect environment for lots of bacteria to build up. And
Yeah, whilst animals
increase
will
tooth decay.
pretty much just eat protein and vegetables, so.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
vegetation, I should say.
Yeah, but that's not to say that they don't get things stuck in their teeth, and that brings us nicely back to the first question, where you can employ other animals to take them out for you.
So sharks, they will go to cleaning stations where the little fish will go into the sharks' mouths and eat the parasites and bits of old food from the shark's teeth, and you'd expect them to get eaten, but they don't, because they are just enhancing each other's lives. Mutualism.
Yeah, and it's a real win-win for both parties,
Yeah.
Not getting munched. But incredibly, some sharks, like tiger sharks and makos, actually have got fluoride on their teeth already, and so they don't seem to have this tooth decay.
Which is the equivalent of us humans walking around with a layer of toothpaste on our teeth.
Amazingly, yes, and it's a fantastic paper, so do check it out in the description below.
If you have any more wildlife questions, then do leave a comment, and we'll see you soon on Earth Unplugged.
The first dogs were simply tame wolves brave enough to scavenge from human settlements. Those that were least aggressive got hand-reared, so they no longer needed their powerful jaws and sharp teeth. It's been said that some sharks can use over 30,000 teeth in a lifetime. New teeth are continually grown. They line up in rows and move forward as if they're on a conveyor belt, replacing those that are lost as they tear into prey.